Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
I'm Carol Master along with Tim Stanovic. Let's get to some stocks on the move in the house. Bloomberg News equities reporter Bailey Lipschultz and Carnival. Man, what a swing today.
Rough go for Carnival. Ticker CCL was down at one point, almost 6%, closed down about 4%. Worst day since June. This comes after the company gave a trailing expectations in terms of guidance for the fourth quarter and talking about the cost headwinds they're facing in 2026. We saw peers Norwegian Cruise, ticker NCLH, and Royal Caribbean, ticker RCL, under pressure. This comes really, guys, in a backdrop where we've been talking so much about the strength of the consumer. A few investors had pointed to, well, at least the older people maybe who take cruise lines want to still show up, but it does seem like this is now starting to have an impact on the bookings, at least for this quarter.
Well, we spoke to Josh Weinstein on Bloomberg Business Week Daily. He was very optimistic. Mm-hmm. Check out the interview on our podcast feed. He said the trajectory is good, the consumer is strong, and he pointed to bookings for 2026, Bailey, and he was like, look, and they said this on their call too, half of what we are offering for 2026 across our brands, that's already booked up. They always point to the value that these cruises offer. I mean, he has Carnival Cruise up to, the
Seabourn.
super Seabourn, super high-end premium, ultra luxury.
Yeah.
So they kind of run every gamut of the American consumer, global consumer too.
It's not like the spend across the board. Now, bookings, right, can be canceled, they can be postponed and so on and so forth, but nonetheless, continuing to hear optimism. We had some optimism when it came to a really big LBO today.
We did. EA, Electronic Arts, ticker EA, closing up on the day 4.5%. When you go back to using a two-day move, up more than 20%.
Wow.
This coming after a deal to be acquired in the largest leverage buyout on record to a group of investors that includes a firm managed by President Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, and Saudi Arabia's sovereign wealth fund. Guys, $55 billion for a video game maker in Electronic Arts, most well known, at least when I went to high school, for what used to be FIFA, but now has been rebranded.
Are you not playing anymore?
I got old. I don't know. I graduated college and I stopped playing video games.
I'll show you old.
Very funny.
But just another signal, though, of the deal boom under Donald Trump and being back in the White House. So we did see that again up when you include the news that really broke late Friday, up about 20%. That stock closing on the day at $202 was trading back in January after a snafu with a game rollout. Just around 117. So a big rally if you bought earlier in the year.
Carol's a big Battlefield fan.
She's
like buying all the virtual outfits and stuff.
Yeah.
Whenever I walk by her desk, she's got her console out.
Virtual gear. That's me. Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Good Wi-Fi in the building. So that makes sense. You got to capitalize.
Don't tell
She hardwires it. She's like serious.
All right. So officially, unofficial start to the next earnings season. Jefferies, a read on the financials after the close.
The early reporter, Jefferies, ticker JEF, beating expectations broadly. I mean, it's not a closely followed stock. It's not really necessarily that big of a company. It's only about $14 billion in market cap. So relative to, I don't know, call it Goldman Sachs, which is $253 billion, a small boutique player, but pretty solid results, beating expectations on capital markets. They've been closely watched among other banks as it relates to IPOs and other share sales. Really not a bad print, down 1.7%. But to your point, Carol, the big boys will start October 14th is when we're going to get the Citis, the Goldman Sachs, the real read on some of those larger, more established Wall Street firms. But nonetheless, a solid move, or at least a solid print, albeit with a modest move lower in late trading for Jefferies.
Do you consider 1.7% modest?
It's small.
I guess so.
Well, it's also after hours trading. You're like, okay, what's even moving? You have two analyst estimates, so it's not like a big rally.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.